generally used to store the address of to store the address of another variable, right? So pointer is a variable which is generally used which is generally used to store the address of another variable. It is a basic definition, right? If we talk about pointers, inside pointers inside pointers two operators are majorly used. Two operators are majorly used. The one operator is ampersand and other one is asterisk. This is called as ampersand, right? So this ampersand operator is called as address of operator. It is called as address of operator. And this asterisk is called as value at the address operator. Value at the address. Value at the address operator. Or we can say that object at the location. Or we can say that object at the location. Right? So value at the address or object at the location. That is this operator. And ampersand is address of operator. Correct? Now, how to define it, how to declare a function. So a very simple way is like that. A very simple way for declaration of function, it can be like int star ptr. So what does this mean in int star ptr? That ptr pointer is a integer pointer which can hold the address of integer variable. So we can say that ptr is an integer pointer which can hold the address of integer variable which can hold the address of integer variable. Pointer ptr is an integer pointer which can hold the address of integer variable, right? Now two things that you need to follow here. The first one is address cannot be negative. The address cannot be negative. And the second point that you need to follow here is that address size differs from system to system. Address size differs from system to system. From system to system, address size will differ. It may be which is based on operating system. It may be like integer may capture 2 byte of data in some operating system. It may capture 4 byte of data in someone another's operating system. So it is completely based on operating system, right? Now let's just start. Let's just start one example, that if we are writing the main function like this, after that one variable integer t, one pointer int star ptr, and then let's say I equals to 25, and thereafter let's say ptr equals to ampersand I, right? After that printf let's say percent u, right, percent I, comma ptr, and thereafter printf, let's say percent d and I, comma star ptr, and then star pointer equals to 35. Thereafter one printf statement inside that percent d ampersand I, comma ptr, and after that one more printf statement is there. Just one more printf statement is here. Printf percent d and I, comma star ptr, right? So this is a very simple program for basic understanding of pointers, right? We need to solve it. So this is very first program, so I am going to solve it, and thereafter you can practice some questions using basic concept of pointers, right? So let's start. How it is going to work? Main function, after that one integer is there, right? And this integer is I. So it means that one block we need to create, and this block will be assigned to variable I. This variable I will have some address. Let's say it is having 100 as an address. It can be anything. We are just assuming that the 100 address 100 is the address of this variable I, because whenever we are going to create any variable, some specific memory is going to be assigned to it, and that memory is going to represent with some numbers, that is nothing but the address, correct? After that one more integer variable is here, that is ptr, which is a pointer variable. So let's say one pointer variable is here, and it will also have some address. Let's say 200 is the address of it, because every location on the memory have some address. So we are just assuming that variable I will have some address 100, variable pointer will have some address like that, correct? So this is done, this is done. After that what we are doing, we are assigning something to I. So variable I is going to hold value, that is 25. So we are assigning the variable I 25. You just observe the practice which I am proceeding here one by one, because this is called as dry run process, and this you must know that how to solve any code line by line just by executing the instructions, right? After that ptr is a variable, and what we are assigning this ptr address of I, because you know two operators any pointer will use, value at and address of. So this ptr is the address of operator, which is going to hold address of I. What is address of I? 100. It is going to hold address of I. So this is the link, right? After that this printf statement will start executing. Percent u is unsigned integer, that is just specifically we have written unsigned. U means unsigned integer. Address I, it is going to print what? I hope everybody will give me the answer. M percent address of I, what is address of I? 100 would be output. ptr, what ptr is holding? Ptr is holding 100, so 100 would be the output. Next printf statement, percent d just for integers. I, what is the value I is having? 25. 25 would be the output. What would be the value? Star ptr. What does star ptr means? Value at ptr. Value at ptr. It means that value at ptr. What ptr is? Ptr is having 100. Value at 100. What is value at 100? Value at 100 is 25. 25 would be the answer. Basic concept of pointers, getting it? After that what we are doing here, you can see star ptr equals to 35, means we are changing the value of value at ptr. Star ptr means it is referring to this location, and we are changing it with 35. So it is going to change with 35, right? So we have just modified the variable I with the help of this PTR. Star PTR means value at PTR, and we have assigned something, the new value, that is 35. After that, ampersand I, address of I. What is address of I? 100. It is going to print 100. PTR, it is the address of what? PTR's address. So in this case, if you are going to see what this PTR is, what this PTR is holding, this PTR is holding 100. So PTR is 100 because PTR is holding 100 here. And then after I, what is value of I right now? Latest 35 would be the answer. And this one is star PTR. Value at PTR is 35. So what is the output? 100, 100, 25, 25, 100, 100, 35, 35. Right? So this was very basic concept of pointers.